Yo, so very quickly, just want to share a message that I think a lot of people need to hear. So I just got out of my job right now. I work at a restaurant, and I'm working on my business right now. I'm working on my dreams. And many times I hear people talk about how they want to leave their 9 to 5. They're frustrated and they don't want to work for anybody else anymore. And I get it because I've been there too, and I understand the struggle. But I want to share something, which is you're exactly where you need to be. And what I mean by that is that many times people they want to leave their jobs because they're trying to live their life. They're trying to be on their purpose, right? But what I've realized is,
but the growth happens through acceptance.
What I've realized is that you can't. Oh, you just heard you even heard that, right? It was right now my car just turned on and this guy was talking in the background because I had my video. I was watching a video. The guy said the growth happens after the acceptance. So there's really the point, which I'm about to deliver on, which is you're exactly where you need to be. And the growth will only happen once you accept that. Once you accept where you're at. And for me, I was struggling because, it's a constant struggle, right? Because for me, like, things are going very well for my business. Like, this is the most traction I've gotten ever. And I'm getting, great opportunities left and right. And so that was kind of displacing me. It was kind of having me not want to be at work anymore. I was just telling myself, like, dude, you're worth more than this. You could be making money somewhere else and be getting paid for your skills. But the reality is, if that was the case, I'd already be there, right? Like, if I was really worth more, I'd already be somewhere else, right? That's something that I realized with law of attraction. Like, if you were ready, you'd already have it, right? And I think that there's a lot of joy in that, because for me, there was a guest that came in and she told me that she apologized because she at first was very high-strung, very stressed out, and for me, I was like, dude, what's going on with this chick? But I was like, okay, whatever. But after a while, she grabbed me and she was like, hey, I just want to apologize. I just got really close to being in a car accident. Almost died, basically, she said. And so that's why she's all, freaked out. She's like, her nerves are shocked. And I was just like, whoa, thank God, right? I didn't say thank God because I don't know what people believe in. But, in my head, I was like, thank goodness. I told her, thank goodness. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're able to enjoy your meal. And she told me that happened on one of the days where I was really just disconnected from the job. Just feeling like I was meant to be somewhere else and that I shouldn't be there. I should be making more money. I should be, on my purpose, etc. But when that happened, I was like, maybe I need to be here for people. Like right now, people need me, or at the very least, wherever I go, people need the best of me. And me thinking that I shouldn't be here isn't helping anybody. It's not bringing the best of me here. And if anything, it's almost like pretty egotistic. I know I wasn't looking at it from an egotistic standpoint. It's more so like matter of fact, but that kind of recentered me. And I realized that, I think it's a difficult life when you're really an entrepreneur, I guess. When you're an entrepreneur and you feel like you can do it, and like you can go all in and you can just quit your job and just not have to work for anybody. But there's a beauty in working for somebody, right? There's a beauty of being of service to people. I really didn't recognize that, but what you do matters. What I do as an employee matters. I believe it matters just as much as what I would do as an artist, or what I would do as a creator, what I would do as a businessman. I think everybody has a place in this world. And the moment I started to say that one position isn't as good as the other one is the moment that I start to really go downstream, or really just begin to degrade people's work. I think in reality the thing was more so me thinking that I was better suited in another place, that my skills would be better served, like a job. If I'm overqualified for a job, I'd rather, I'd get hired somewhere else. But even if that is the truth, even if I am overqualified, what I've learned from this job is that patience is important, but more importantly, if you're really about it, if you're really about this entrepreneurship or whatever project you have going on, if you're really about it, and this is supposed to signify the best of you, then why aren't you bringing the best of you everywhere you go? Why are you using this dream of yours as an excuse to not live in the present moment and bring that dream forward? I think it has to be about you bringing your best self everywhere you go, rather than you trying to make everywhere you go, fall into your picture of how things should be. Like, stop trying to control the situation. Stop setting expectations on places you go, and allow yourself to receive and allow yourself to stay open. Like, there's so many things I have learned from this job, from just being a humble servant on the day-to-day, working a regular job, restaurant job. I've learned to interact with human beings at a very real level. I've learned to create boundaries. I've learned to deal with conflict. I've learned to I've learned a lot about myself, for sure, like why I am the way I am. I've learned a lot about culture, about humility, and also about finances, and also relationships. Like with my wife, things have gone so well. I don't think I'd be able to be in this solid place with my wife if I was so set on this business thing. I wouldn't, because I know how I'd be. I'd be like, no, let me just work minimal hours, and just build this business, and ignore the debt that we have. But no, I went the other route. I went the route of, no, you know what, we're gonna work on paying my debt. We're gonna work on sustaining the family, and building our family together. And the business is almost like the third thing on the list. It's like lower on the rung of priorities. But as time has passed, I've been able to integrate all these things together, and it's worked out very well. And the beauty is that now, I'm getting these opportunities with people, but that's not the point of this. I think it sort of is and it sort of isn't. When you allow yourself to be your best self, and you don't use your dream as an excuse to not be your best self, then you make the best of what you have. You really do. You have the power to influence your environment, and bring out the best out of where you're at. I think most of the time we say, this dream or whatever, we use that really as a big excuse for not to be our best selves. And even with like my YouTube channel that I had back, where I was really going in, even when I was in that place, my relationship with my ex wasn't the best, and my relationship with my friends wasn't the best. I felt very isolated. I felt like I was against the world. But now I feel like, people love me. I have a family, I have a son, I have everything that I wanted. And it's like I have this business too, and I do that too, but it's not that big of a deal. It's just gonna take years, For me, it's like it's gonna take years. If it really is a part of me, if that really is my success, what I'm meant to do, then there's no rush, right? Because I'm already it's already gonna happen. It's just a matter of time. And I'm not going all in. Nah, I'm going all in on everything, every aspect of my life. It's the integrative approach. And I'll be talking about that. I kind of already talked about it somewhat with multiple interests, but yeah, I mean, just a reminder: if you feel like you deserve to be somewhere else, that you hate your 9-to-5, etc. Hey, follow your intuition, man. But I would say, in my case, I've learned that there's a lot to learn from 9-to-5, and I've also learned that you shouldn't be using the fact that you're not in the place that is best suited for your skills. You shouldn't use that as an excuse to not be your best self. Yeah, I think it's that almost that saying, like, stop to smell the roses, really. But, putting context to that. Anyways, that's it for me, guys. Thank you for listening. See you in the next one. Stay lucid. Peace out.